Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros College Football Kickoff. We're here at UCF. We're at Delco's University.
What do you think?
My God, dude. Big fan.
Yeah?
Big fan, dude. We'll get into it in a second. As always, brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. We're back at it. Had a great weekend last weekend. We will be picking all of our winners for the top 25 this week. Also want to give a shout out to Oprez as well.
Yeah, Operation Resiliency. We've talked about them on the show before. We had Clark Pennington on the show to discuss it as well. But basically what they do is they go out and find military units that had a particularly rough time, pay for them all to go on like a weekend retreat. It's like a 5-day retreat where there's, you know, all kinds of team building stuff, just getting back in the groove of stuff, reconnecting with your buddies. And they fund everything, right? And they work around schedules. They organize everything. It's a really good organization. And they're also, we'll talk about this more in the episodes to come, but they're also working on at the Independence Fund, the Veteran Justice Initiative, VGI. And basically what that is training law enforcement agencies on how to deal with veterans specifically, because it could be a different kind of issue, and they get trained on how to deal with like suicide by cop and stuff like that, just to keep these motherfuckers alive. So it's a good organization. We're going to talk about both of those things over the next several episodes.
Yeah, they're great, and everybody who signed up last year really enjoyed it and hit us up and actually thanked us for introducing the company to them. And I said, hey, dude, we're doing this for you guys, and it's great. Dan's just the facilitator of it, so
we don't actually do anything. We just talk about it.
No,
but they did. There were 14 separate military units that signed up for it, and which is great. So hopefully another 14 or more will sign up for it this time.
And where can they sign up?
Just go to theindependencefund.org.
Okay, great. Again, bunch of people signed up last year. Everybody hit us up afterwards, and they thanked us. It's not us, it's the organization. We're just trying to get their message out, and we want to give them a special thanks at the top of the show. In the meantime, college football is finally here. Man, as much as I hate to admit, it's my first time at UCF.
Yeah.
I love this goddamn place.
I know. I kind of wish we were on Memory Mall, but we would not be able to record there.
You couldn't hear one goddamn thing out there.
Not a thing.
We were there earlier giving out some hard AF seltzers to all the kids. I got caught up in a beer pong game over there.
As one does.
Housed them. Nothing I could do about that. I apologize.
Wasn't a celebrity shot.
No,
okay.
It wasn't. It was definitely them. And then they pulled out the dice for another one, asked me to stay again.
Yeah.
Now that's beyond my age group here. I don't know what the dice is.
I thought when we went to the Sigma Chi house, you weren't coming back. I thought they were going to tie you down and kind of haze you, Always Sunny style.
I was in there.
Yeah.
They knew me. They respected me. Played a fraternity member in a ton of movies. Just from accepted alone, they accepted me enough.
Yeah.
But with that, what's the dice game? I don't understand. They were throwing the dice up in the air.
There's a lot of dice game.
That's not my world.
Yeah.
But it was into a cup, like beer pong, and I was like, I don't even know
Probably
what the fuck
beer
you guys are
dice.
doing. Okay.
Beer dice. Yeah.
Gotcha. Again, it's beyond my generation, but traditional beer pong, I rock those motherfuckers. Big fan of this university, never been here. If you haven't been to UCF before, the Memory Mall, they just let college kids party right in front of the goddamn stadium, which is new.
Yeah.
We're here tailgating in the back. If you can see the stadium here in the back of the stadium. It's also where the students pop into. What was the line going in? I know they call it the bounce house for a reason, but why were all the students lined up behind us earlier?
I imagine student tickets.
Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
And so what do they just give them out first come, first serve? Everybody gets to rage here?
Yeah, first come, first serve, I believe.
Okay, cool. Teams are driving into the stadium as we speak. It's week 1, kids. Week 0, we had a lot of fun, dude. Notre Dame covered. We dropped the hammer on Notre Dame.
USC covered.
Sure did. And the under in Notre Dame as well.
Hawaii covered.
Yeah. We got a ton of Drinkin' Bros here in the background. What's up? Brittany's here. Charles Zeller's here. Doug and Chris from Tactical Brewing here. What's up, guys? Welcome. Hawaii ended up covering for you, which is not sweet for me. I picked
Hawaii
Vandy.
over hit, too. Hawaii overs are back.
Gross.
Let's
gross.
Go. What do you mean gross?
Gross. It's fine, but Vandy should have covered. Vandy's in fucking trouble this year.
I feel like Hawaii overs are it's like a mulligan almost. It's a bailout at the end of the fucking weekend.
Oh, yeah.
When you've lost
when
your
you're
ass.
down significantly on your Saturday, you gotta.
Because they're probably not going to win, but they'll definitely score some points.
You always got to hit that Hawaii game late at night. We will lead off week 1 with the Thursday night games, including UCF. Although they're not ranked, we will add them into the program here
so
because you're
generous
here.
of you.
Well, we're at your school. We're here.
I actually didn't even put them in outside the top 25 this week.
Really?
Because it's just like such a nothing game.
Yeah.
I bet on it. We'll get to in a second. Let's start with the biggest banger, though, on Thursday. Florida at Utah. Why are we not there? Well, because it's Utah, and Utah fucking sucks, and nobody should go there ever. This place, a goddamn party. This might be my new Tennessee volunteer team, where I want your team to be good so we can come back here and rage.
I think we are going to be. We've got like a
so?
top 25 recruiting class next year. Gus Malzahn's here. He's a top 15 coach in college football. Sky's the limit. You've seen the university. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, it's super easy to get kids here. Big 12 now. Hopefully we get, better teams.
Yeah, and the other part of this is we just beat the Hurricanes, so if you see the rain and all that stuff in the background, we made it. I can't believe we made it. We'll start with UCF. The spread is UCF against Kent State, -37. Delco, it's your home school.
Right.
You're an alumni. Who you got?
You got to hammer UCF. You got to hammer Nitro. You got to hammer Citronauts. That's what I'm wearing right now, SPSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're going to win by probably – I don't even think we'll get to it. What you're going to do with the bullshit? Because you're – I'm Ross Patterson. I do 50-point teasers. Sure, dude.
If they're going to offer it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to exploit my bookie. I don't give a shit about them.
Just grow some balls and just fucking pick the spread.
Well, I have all the spreads booked as well, so we'll get to that. But UCF -37, that's too many points for me.
Nah.
The rain is an issue. I don't know what Kent State is.
Crumb's gone.
He's gone.
The quarterback's gone, so, Kent State's going to be maybe one of the worst FBS teams in the country. If we don't win by 60 points,
you're
there's
disappointed.
There's
Okay.
trouble, yeah.
Okay. D'Anthony, though, you don't typically bet on spreads in the 30s either. Are you betting this one at all?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, his confidence inspired me.
Thank you.
All right, so you're taking the -37 in UCF.
Delco's
I like
like he's the most cynical human being I've ever met.
Yeah.
So if he's actually on his own team's side, then it seems like a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm realistic with UCF.
Yeah.
I'm never like, oh, yeah, we're going to go undefeated.
I think if realistic is in the middle and delusional's over here and really conservative is over here, you're probably farther to the conservative side.
I would imagine so, too, yes.
All right.
It's something. It's like a combination of Delco white trash and Catholic guilt just weighing you down or something. I don't know what it is.
I think we're 6-6 this year. 6-6, 7-5.
But next year should be better.
Next
right?
year's going to be a better year.
You were saying in the car ride over that they have a top 20 recruiting class. Is that true?
Top 25 recruiting class, yeah.
Whoa, now he added 5. Even Giorgio's laughing. You were in the car. He
I
heard
said
it.
top 25.
You said top 20, dude.
No, he said 25.
It could merge into a top 20 class, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing
All
well.
right.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I don't typically bet spreads in the high 30s like that. However, again, on mybookie.com, if you do some of these teasers, they allowed me to jack it up to 50. I posted it in Drinkin Bros Sports on Facebook,
not
so you
gonna
can
cover.
see my actual
It's not going to cover.
see my actual bet. All I need is one touchdown out of Kent State, and then that forces
Not happening.
UCF to have more than 8 touchdowns. So I've taken it plus 50.
How do you think that a Division III school is going to react on soft turf against a quarterback that's going to throw the ball?
You know, that's
Not
a good
well
question.
is the answer.
Hang
Not well.
on, because I think you said UCF runs the ball, right?
Yeah, we got a stable backs. Plumlee, they might let him sling this game just to see if his
That's
arm's
what
a
I'm
little
thinking.
better.
Yeah.
He's got a hose. I mean, he's not the best
He
quarterback in
is
the world, but he's
a
got a
really
hose.
superior athlete. Like, he's probably a top 5 athlete at the quarterback position. It's just he wasn't the best quarterback at Ole Miss. He wasn't the best quarterback here last year. I'm hoping that improves. They're saying he looks better in camp, but, that's every camp, right? That's every training camp. People are like, oh, yeah, talk about your guys. Got to say it in a positive light. I was high on Mikey Keene. He's now at Fresno State. Plumlee stayed an extra year. I'm hoping for better things, but again, I'm thinking we have a lot of tough games on the road. 6-6, 7-5 this year.
All right, we'll find out in 2 hours. We'll be inside the stadium. We got Delco tickets in the front row, simply because it's his school. Now, obviously, we couldn't give him all the things.
Couldn't get the cabanas.
We couldn't get this. Cabanas were sold out.
We could be in the end zone right now.
Cabanas
at the
were sold out. We got front row, but I did put him behind Kent State.
What's
not
with
his
the
own school.
What's with the cabanas?
All you can drink, all you can eat. You stay on the field and you're in cabanas.
It's like Vegas.
Yeah.
It looks like the Bellagio pool.
Are there like strippers and shit?
I think so, yeah.
Could be if
yeah.
you played your cards right.
I mean, the right UCF students, there's a bunch of OnlyFans models here.
That's true.
Yeah. I imagine you get one per cabana.
Yeah.
Anybody can be a stripper if you pay her enough. It's like let's be honest here. We'll move on to the next
It's an honorable
game.
profession. OnlyFans is like, if a girl wants to support me right now on OnlyFans, I will shoot your content for you.
Wow, I like that. Shoot your shot now. Giorgio, you shoot any OnlyFans? Not anymore. Taking his slot. All right.
There's enough OnlyFans girls for both of us.
We should just get you
I'm
guys
not-
a house, like
Yeah.
a little slut house. and
We
then
thought
have
about
you
that. So
go around.
we had this content idea where there's this mansion in Austin
Uh-huh.
that's right on the river, right on Lake Austin. It's $30,000 a month, right?
Oof.
And it was going to be me, Giorgio, maybe Laser, and then the whole goal is to shoot content every month and be like, we need to raise $30,000
To pay the
pay
rent.
rent, and that's the whole show. It's like, how do we make $30,000 a month? Because
All right. Now that I'm hearing this, if you put Uncle Laser in it, I think you guys could clear it for sure. But then he's got to shoot as well. And we've seen his OnlyFans. He's getting his dick sucked
By
in a
Madison
trivia
Morgan.
show. Yeah. Yeah, new episode coming out. Check out Uncle Laser's OnlyFans. We'll go to the next game here. Banger of the nights here. Again, we didn't go to Utah because Utah is Utah. We're not doing that bullshit.
Also, Cam Rising's hurt.
He's out.
He's out.
He's out for this game. It is Florida at Utah. The spread is dropped from -8 all the way down to -5. Some people in Drinkin' Bros Sports were able to get it at -3.5 yesterday. It's back up to 5. So the second string quarterback is starting. Who
He's
you
dinged
got?
up, too.
Who you got, D'Anthony?
What's the weather? It's clear.
Clear? Yeah, it's 88.
Yeah.
It's actually 88 degrees.
Well, Dan,
in
you know
Utah.
this. It's going to be smoky because they're going to set off the
Yeah.
pyrotechnics
Yeah.
pregame,
Yep.
and then it's just going to kind of linger there for
Yeah, it's
30
in
minutes.
Salt Lake. The air doesn't move there. Yeah, Utah will cover 5, I think. But I think Florida's going to be pretty good this year. I just think Utah's kind of got something to prove right now.
Look, I don't believe in Florida. Therefore, I'm still going Utah. I know earlier in the week I was telling you to hammer Utah because this spread at one point was at 8 points, like I said. It is now down to -5. I just do not believe in Florida. I know they got Graham Mertz and Jack Miller down there in Florida. I believe Graham Mertz is starting.
Graham Mertz is starting.
Okay.
Paul Chryst actually came out the other day and said we misused Graham Mertz. He should have been better at Wisconsin. A lot of reports out of Florida talking up Graham Mertz. They're still a little iffy. We'll see. Kyle Whittingham at Utah, always notorious slow starter. I love the Gators here. I love the Gators. It didn't even matter if Cam Rising was starting now. I think Florida covers. I think Florida gives it a game. Utah wins by 3. This is typically where Utah would stumble. I think they still win the game, but they do not cover 5.5.
Okay.
Utah covers.
Gotcha. And then interestingly enough, on the teaser side of this, and I dropped the teasers in Drinkin' Bros Sports, I did take Florida and I jacked that up, but I am taking Utah at the -5. I believe in Utah. I have no idea what type of Florida team this is going to be this year, so we'll see. Heading into the Saturday games, we got East Carolina at Michigan.
My Pirates.
Whew. D'Anthony, this spread is -36. I thought it would be higher. Who are you taking in this one?
Yeah, I think Michigan rolls here for sure. I mean, they have everybody back.
Everybody.
And healthy, allegedly. But this might be the only game they are healthy based on their history. Yeah, they're going to blow. They've got a tone to set as well here, I think. I think they're going to blow them out by 45 or more probably.
I agree. Look, the only person that is out for Michigan is their coach, ironically. So Harbaugh is out of this game. They're going to rotate some of the assistant coaches in to coach the next 3 games while he is out. That was a voluntary suspension. Even though I went to Ohio State, dude, I don't stand for this fucking bullshit. Buying a kid a cheeseburger does not warrant a suspension, in my opinion.
It was lying. It wasn't the cheeseburger.
Either way,
He lied straight up to their face.
Don't care. Either way,
Multiple times.
NIL is in place. Give them whatever the fuck they want. Stop doing this bullshit. It'll more than likely drive him out of college coaching after this year.
But
I am going to take Michigan -36 in this game. Same reasons as D'Anthony. I'm all over this. I think they win in the high 40s. What about you?
Sadly, East Carolina legend Holton Ahlers gone. So fresh start for East Carolina. No longer have their quarterback of 20 years. Michigan, however, this is typically a spot where they would run up the score. But Harbaugh's not on the sidelines, right? So
Nope.
Harbaugh's on the sidelines to win by 50 because he just keeps the gas pedal down. I don't know if they do it here.
Yeah, you don't think the assistant coaches are trying to fucking gas them up a little bit?
Maybe.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Michigan should cover here, although I'm going to take the Pirates. That's too many points. I think the Pirates cover. I think Michigan by 28.
Okay. Look, if I'm an assistant coach and I'm able to coach one of these first 3 games, you're trying. I mean, it's a great audition.
It's an audition.
It is.
At one of the premier universities.
Number 2 in the country. Yeah. So I run it up if I'm the assistant and go for it. Just to show other schools what I can do. Because if Harbaugh does indeed leave after this season, like I think he will, they're either auditioning to be the head coach of Michigan or they're auditioning to be the head coach of some other university or potentially join his NFL staff. So I run this score the fuck up, and that's my reasoning for that. Next up, we got Virginia at Tennessee. Big boy spread here, and I'm shocked by it. Delco, we'll start with you. This is Tennessee minus 28 at home.
Why does that surprise you?
Virginia
stinks.
Virginia's
not very good.
They'll hang around defensively for a little bit. Their offense is always dog shit.
Brennan Armstrong's gone. He transferred.
Yeah.
That offense cannot score. It's going to be a joke this year. Virginia's going to be really bad. Tennessee, if there's one thing Heupel does, it's run up the score on bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see Milton's going to probably have 5-6 touchdowns throwing. Tennessee covers easy. Like, Virginia's that bad. Virginia is real bad.
Okay.
So you think the gap between Virginia and Tennessee is bigger than the gap between Michigan and East Carolina?
I do. East Carolina's got something going a little bit.
Oh, boy. It's a great school to party at. And the fan base is awesome.
And they're solid. They're decent. They're a decent.
That's a decent
G5 school.
G5,
They're fine.
Virginia's a mess.
It's nothing we're going to get hard about here. I'm not touching this game, me personally.
Yeah, I'm not
too
betting
many
this game.
points against Virginia.
I don't know what Tennessee's going to look synced up like.
I don't either.
They lost running back. They lost a wide receiver.
Jalen Hyatt's out. Hooker's out. I know Milton's there. He was good.
Yeah, they got drafted.
Yeah.
But it's Heupel. Like, Heupel just fucking reload. You run your offense. Like, they're just going to put up points.
I hope so, but I'm going to give it a week.
They're going to beat the shit out of Virginia.
I'm gonna give it a week before
they're going
I
to beat
start betting
Virginia by
Tennessee.
42.
Look, I won a lot of money off Tennessee last year. I'm going to give this a week and see how they do and see how Milton does first year in the new system. I know he played the bowl game last year when Hooker was out. Next up, we got Colorado at TCU. TCU minus 20.5. Normally, I wouldn't give a shit about this game, and nobody else would either. But this is Deion Sanders' first game.
They're getting the prime bump. This should be a 28.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
so you got TCU in this one? They lost their quarterback. They lost their wide receivers.
They still have a top 10 recruiting class, and it's like Colorado's getting a massive bump just from Deion being there. But they just came from D2. You know what I mean?
Right.
A third of that team just transferred over from D2. We'll see. I don't. The 20.5 is low. I think this is 24 plus. So I got TCU covering this easy.
I'm gonna buy into the Deion hype because he was my favorite player as a child with the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
I say they cover. I say they fucking cover this spread. I think TCU wins. I think they cover the spread.
That line stinks right there. 20.5. It's just baiting you to take TCU. I love Kendall Briles as the offense coordinator for TCU now. Chandler Morris is probably a better quarterback than Max Duggan, and that's saying a lot because Max Duggan probably was in contention of the Heisman last year. But Chandler Morris is probably a better overall quarterback. I think TCU is going to kind of sling it. They're gonna put up some points. But you know, that Deion effect is real, and it's simply off the line, 20.5. They're just begging you to take TCU. I think Colorado loses by 17. They cover. They cover.
I think Colorado loses as well, but I think they cover. And I'm just going to do it because it's Deion, and I believe in it, and I like it. Next up, we got Arkansas State against Oklahoma. This is Oklahoma minus 35.5 here.
Fuck that.
D'Anthony, I know Arkansas State is a FBS school, but
they're not.
Oh, they're not?
I mean, they are
D1.
FBS. What you're implying is they're FCS. They're FBS. They're G5.
Can we just not have kept it D1, D2? Like, why do we change the names?
Well, they are still D1 then.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're somehow.
Okay. Well, shit. Then I guess there's a line on it for a reason. I didn't believe in Oklahoma last year. I don't believe in them this year. 35.5 is too much. It's too much.
They have a quarterback until he gets hurt.
Until he gets hurt.
And they actually got a fucking Caleb Williams type just waiting in the wings right now. So Oklahoma's you think they're going to be shitty just because they were last year, but they literally didn't have a backup.
I don't care if they're shitty or not. This is
they're
terrible
going to win 9
bet.
or 10 games this year.
Yeah. But 35.5 is too many points. D'Anthony, you betting this?
Fuck no.
Delco, you betting this?
This is a game where Oklahoma kind of flexes a little bit. Dylan Gabriel's going to put up some fucking bullshit numbers. Former quarterback at UCF. This is where he just pads his stats. He loves these type of situations. Oklahoma right here is going to win probably 56-10. Oklahoma covers.
Okay. Next up, we got Utah State against Iowa. The fun thing about this game, if there is one, it's Iowa minus 23.5, is the offensive coordinator is on contract that he has to score a certain amount of
I believe
points.
it's 325 points.
Or he won't be back next year.
So bet the fucking farm on Iowa anytime they play a dog shit team. I love Iowa here. Iowa is going to
23.5. Come on, man. Against Utah State?
Utah State's whatever. They're fine.
Yeah, they're nothing.
But Iowa, isn't going to let Utah State score.
They'll score 3 to 7 points max, for sure.
Iowa's always got a good defense.
Yeah.
But Iowa's got the kid from Michigan, the transfer, the McNamara.
Yes.
So he's their quarterback now. I think he's going to be much better in the system. Just they will keep the gas pedal down. Like Kirk Ferentz loves winning games 6-4 or like 6-3. He actually said in like his press conference the other day, like 6-4 was his favorite game ever.
Yeah.
But
it's his own kid who he's trying to save the job of.
They're going to win this game pretty easily. I think Iowa wins this game 35-0. Iowa covers.
I think Iowa wins 28-3, and they cover by a point and a half in this one, and I'm going to go with Iowa.
I think Iowa gets into the 30s. Like he's really got to set the tone here in this first game, man.
Maybe.
I think they get into it. I think you're going to see some trick plays. You're going to see some shit in this game for sure. You know, because Iowa, if you're at midfield and you're some other team, you're worried about field position. Iowa against Utah State is not worried about field position. Worst case in their mind is they're probably going to give up a field goal, so why not go for it? You're going to see some fourth downs. You're going to see some fucking going for it in this game, I bet.
I told you my ideal situation, last game of the season, they have an extra point to tie to keep his son, and they go for 2 for the win and fail.
It'd be great. It'd be great if it happens. Next up, we got Mercer against Ole Miss.
Mercer, now that is an FCS.
That's an FCS.
You're allowed to say
FCS.
So's the next one, Portland
State. Spread, and tickets are as low as $2 on Drinkin' Bros tickets.
So I believe you can bet on this on MyBookie. You have to go to the other game tab.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
But there's no reason to. Ole Miss probably wins by 40, 50. I mean,
that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like 44 or something like that.
They got a shit ton of quarterbacks right now in Oxford. You have, obviously, Jackson Dart, I believe, is going to get the start. You have Spencer Sanders, for some reason, transferred from Oklahoma State. I don't know why he was like, oh, yeah, I'm starting quarterback at Oklahoma State. Why am I going to transfer to Ole Miss? Lost that job. I believe Jackson Dart is going to get the start. And then you have the kid Chance Nolan from Oregon State, also is now a third-string quarterback at Ole Miss. So,
yeah, I think Ole Miss wins. There's no spread on here. I'm not digging into MyBookie's other tabs to bet against Mercer on this one. That spread will probably be in the high 40s, low 50s in this one. I'm going to avoid this, and I'll check in on Ole Miss another time. Next up, same thing, Portland State against Oregon. Oregon's number 15 in the country.
I might take the over in this game.
If there is one. Right now it's not listed. That's another tab.
Yeah, sometimes they'll list an over for the FCF schools. So I think Oregon's going to score 70 points in this game.
Okay.
Chance Nolan transferred to TCU. He also lost the job, so he's probably going to transfer somewhere else.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone. As always, again, we're brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Big weekend last weekend. Ended up winning $750. Only lost one game. All of my betting slips are in Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook from MyBookie.com. So if you want to see what I'm betting on every single week, it will be the day of the games. Those were dropped earlier today. They've got great teasers. They've got all the odds for Heisman Trophy, National Championship, everything you can want in college football there, including who will win the conferences. But make sure to get those bets in before the weekend starts. Also, if you want to go to any of these games in person, go to drinkinbrostickets.com. We got tickets for all this stuff, including the front row at UCF tonight. That's where we got our tickets. It's drinkinbrostickets.com. Let's go. Next up, we got Ohio State at Indiana. Spread is Ohio State minus 30. Ryan Day did announce who the starting quarterback is for the first half of the game.
Yep.
So it is Ryan McCord, or Kyle McCord, but they're going to switch and go with Devin Brown in the
Philly's
second
own,
half.
man. St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So minus
I love my
30 in this
guy.
one. I know you do, and I know you love him. Look, Marvin Harrison Jr. also went to school with them. They won 3 state championships there back-to-back.
Marvin
He has
Harrison.
not looked great. Marvin Harrison looks great. He's the best player, wide receiver, maybe in the last 10 years.
No, his dad, he's been kind of a landlord in Philly for a couple decades now, and he don't fuck around.
No.
He don't fuck around.
He killed somebody at a car wash.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
I think they earned it.
I think so.
I think they earned it. Tough one to bet on. We'll start with you, Delco. Minus 30 for Ohio State with a 2-quarterback system. Who do you got?
At Indiana?
Yep.
Listen, I'm not concerned about the quarterback position right now. They got so much talent in the backfield. They got so many receivers.
Yep.
Defense is going to be fine. I'm concerned about that tackle situation. I'm concerned about that guy who's going to protect your quarterback coming in from San Diego State who didn't even grade well there. That's going to be an issue. I think not against Indiana. Obviously not against Indiana. They're going to cover 30 against Indiana.
Oh, shit, there's a mini horse over there.
Oh, is there a real-life horse over here?
Is that
Look at
little Sebastian?
Little Sebastian. Pedro. His name is Pedro?
No, not Nitro.
That seems racist.
Nitro's he's the knight.
Ask if we can bring the tiny little horse on camera. That's fun.
Pegasus is the horse. You're right.
Grab the little.
No,
there's a little
mini one
miniature
in
one
front of
next
him,
to it. Yeah. Ride it on over here. Let's do it.
It's little Sebastian.
It's little Sebastian.
little
Bring in
Sebastian.
little Sebastian. See what happens. But I agree with you on the line issue. So, most of Ohio State's offensive line got drafted in the NFL. Obviously, Paris was the first offensive lineman taken in last year's draft.
Yeah, and for the run game to be consistent, Indiana's not, the best team in the world, obviously.
No.
But in Division I college football, for the run game to be consistent, the offensive line's got to be on the same page. So 2 quarterbacks set up without a consistent run game through the game, that seems like a lot of points, to be
I will
honest.
say 30 points
for this
at
early in the
home,
season.
A home dog getting 30 points, I honestly would skip this game.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I'm not
touch
gonna
it,
bet
but
this.
I think if I had to pick a side, I will take Ohio State.
Because there might be that moment in this game with as much talent as Ohio State has where it just clicks and then they fucking score 40 points in like 15 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just happens sometimes.
We'll see. I'm with you guys, though. 30 is too many points on this one. The only thing that I put Ohio State in for the entire weekend was a 7-point teaser. Again, you can find that on Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook. But that's it. 30's too many on the road opening game, dude.
I still feel uncomfortable. Yeah.
I think they'll win by 24, and that's why I did it, to be honest with you. But it was at 7. Okay. You have the option on my bookie to go to 6, 6.5, or 7. I took the 7 for that reason, so that'll get me to 24. I think they win by 24, but at somebody else's school and in conference on your opening weekend with 2 brand new quarterbacks, new offensive line, it's tough. So if you're at home, I wouldn't bet this no matter how big of a Buckeye fan you are, unless it's included in some form of teaser. Next up, we got Boise State at Washington. This is a great game, actually.
It's a good game.
It is. This is a 3:30 game on ABC. Washington is minus 14 in this one. We'll start with D'Anthony. Who do you got?
In Washington, I think they're going to be pretty good this year. Offensively anyways. We'll see about the rest. But they're going to score some points. Yeah, I think you're safe with 14 here. If it was at Boise, maybe I'd take I'd take Boise, but
we'll be in Boise next week.
Yeah.
UCF
will be in Boise next week. Who do you got in this game?
So Penix has 2 probably NFL caliber type receivers. They're going to sling it, especially when the running back just went down. I don't really trust Boise right now, especially away from home. They're a much tougher beast when on the Smurf turf.
Yep.
I'm hoping Washington beats the fuck out of them, just mentally, physically, spiritually. That way, so when we go to Boise next week, it's a better game.
Yeah.
I think Boise's going to be in it until about the 4th quarter. Washington covers late.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm actually going to just knock this down 0.5 point. So I'm going to take this at 13.5, and I'm going to take Washington in this one. Penix wants the Heisman this year. That's his best shot for the NFL, and he's up against Caleb Williams, Drake May, and a ton of other guys. So he's got to drop some fucking numbers this year. I think Washington puts up big numbers. Over-under is 58.5 in this one, and I think a majority of those points are coming out of Washington. I think you're fine taking the over as well in this one. But again, I'm just going to drop it 0.5 point to make sure.
I think it's going to be sloppy early.
You think so?
It's
75
sloppy.
and sunny there in Washington. It's never that way.
That's insane.
It is. It's crazy. The weather's great, though. It's going to be fun. It's a 3:30 game. The fans will be out. Everybody's excited about Washington. They enter the year. It's in the top 10. Good for you guys. The game we won't be at, thank God, is this next one, Rice at Texas.
Either of these next two.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
102 degrees in Texas there. They're playing Rice. Thankfully, there's no spreads, and we don't have to talk about this bullshit very long.
What do you mean?
No spread.
No spread. Rice
No spread
is
on Rice.
the Conference USA team.
I know. No spread on Rice right now. It's strange, but it's true. So luckily, we don't have to fucking say a goddamn word about this.
Texas is going to beat the fuck out of them.
I believe so too, but it's going to be 102. If I'm
Texas might make the playoff.
Oh,
Can I be
boy.
real?
Boy. Okay.
I didn't pick them in my preseason picks on the show or whatever with you guys.
Yeah.
But Texas wins the Big 12, and if they only lose to Alabama, they're gonna get in. If they are 11-1, win the conference, so 12-1, they're gonna get in.
What's more likely is that Texas beats Alabama and then still loses four
Still
games.
loses to Kansas State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 100% that I can totally see that happening. I can't see Texas in the playoff.
Me neither. The thing that you would need to think about here is the Big Ten East. Penn State might have one loss. Michigan might have one loss. Ohio State might have one loss. I think because of their strength of conference, they get in over Texas.
No.
The one that they would get in over is USC. I think a one-loss Texas beats a one-loss USC.
Well, first off, I don't think USC is going to have one loss. Pac-12 is fucking loaded.
It is.
People aren't going to respect it because, obviously there's not that, prestige about the Pac-12, and it's disintegrating before our eyes. But the Pac-12, when, USC has to play the UCLAs, the Oregons, it is, I will tell you, by the end of the year, the Pac-12 will have more ranked teams than the Big Ten.
Than the Big 10 or Big 12, probably.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just simply because, look, I think in the
Wait, you said that the Big 10?
Yeah, the
Big
Ten.
Ten's
No
going to
way.
have 5.
They'll have Penn State,
No.
Michigan State, Ohio State, Wisconsin at a minimum.
Stinks.
I don't
Michigan
think
I'm
so.
sorry,
Michigan
Michigan,
State.
not Michigan State. They'll have 4 at a minimum.
And
Yeah.
I think they'll have Wisconsin. I think
Yeah,
Wisconsin's in there. They're my
that's my
sleeper
fourth,
this year.
but
Yeah.
I don't think Wisconsin's going to be that good this year.
I do.
maybe
I think they'll be fine.
maybe even Iowa.
They'll be.
Maybe. Iowa's ranked right now.
I don't see it. I think Penn State's going to stumble quite a few times. Texas, there's a path. There is a path. I don't think they're going to beat Alabama. I think they can run the table, though, other than Alabama. I know you hate Steve. I know you hate
I do.
Sarkisian.
But look, I'm actually picking, in that game, I'm picking Texas.
But I think
Spread came out, by the way, on my bookie. It's
Ewers
6.5.
Ewers getting hurt humbled him. He cut the mullet off. Mullet's gone. He's all professional right now. They got plenty of talent there. They can recruit. I think last year is kind of a big fuck you to Big 12. Texas wins the Big 12. Texas makes the playoffs. I didn't say it earlier, but
Longhorn fans are going to love you. Look at that. Can we bring it on camera? Can we see the little donkey on camera? Can you bring it around the back of this so we can see the little donkey?
Go!
Huh? Oh, yeah, he's saying hi. That's all he's doing. Charles back there. We're going to bring Charles up later and try to hang out with the donkey. Look at this.
It's a mini horse.
That's a beautiful mini horse you have, ma'am. What's his name?
Nugget.
Nugget.
I'll tell you what, put that about an inch from your face there.
Little
Grab
Nugget.
it. Is Nugget, is he part of the program?
He is.
He is.
Yeah.
Is he the mascot there?
He's a mascot.
No way.
And
He's one of the
Pegasus.
mascots.
Oh, boy.
Look at this.
We have multiple mascots.
Look at this. Nugget, how long has Nugget been doing it?
He's so soft.
We've been doing it now for 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you been with Nugget the entire time?
All the time.
How'd
I'm
you
his
get
mom.
hired? How'd you get hired for
Nugget.
it?
They just called me up one day.
No way. And you had
I got it.
Nugget.
And I had Nugget.
On
he
the
was just
farm?
a baby. Yeah. he was a
Congratulations. What an
Thank you.
amazing job. You
Thank
get to
you.
roll
Love it.
around with Nugget
We
at the
love it.
games.
Yeah,
You a
we
big
love it.
UCF fan?
Oh, of course.
That's awesome. Do you have them winning by 37 points tonight?
Yes. Come on.
Yes, of course.
She's saying yes. Nugget's saying yes.
It's going to be a bigger slaughter than the National Guard. Let's be real.
Can't wait.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for stopping by.
thank
We
you.
greatly appreciate it.
Thank
Go
you.
Knights. We'll see what happens tonight.
Charge on.
Go
Going
Nugget.
on soon.
Go Nugget.
Bye now.
Thank you. Take care. Cheers. That was awesome.
Love Nugget.
Nugget came in. Nugget popped in the show. You know you're getting big time when Nugget pops in the show. I can't wait till I call my parents at home. How did the show go? I was with Nugget today, Mom and Dad. How was your night? What a beautiful little creature there.
Yeah.
My God. Look at the little dance-off, too, and the whole moves with it. She's got little cowboy boots on. She's like an older JonBenet Ramsey. What? We all remember her with the cowboy hat and the boots on. Next up, we got Tennessee State against Notre Dame. No need for a spread on this one because there isn't. They're not in this.
Again, mybookie.com, other tab.
I don't go to the other tabs.
Go to the other. It's literally, I think, called other tab.
Other tabs is like the upside down world and Stranger Things for me. I don't go there. I don't trust it.
No reason to.
It's dangerous. Next up, we got Buffalo against Wisconsin. Now, this one I bet on Drinkin' Bros Sports. Delco, the spread is minus 28. Who do you got in this one?
Man, 28.
Buffalo, though. Buffalo. It's at Camp Randall.
Buffalo every 5-6 years has a respectable team.
Uh-huh.
But, Tanner Mordecai coming in from SMU, and then before that, Oklahoma. They finally have a little bit of a quarterback situation. You got to imagine they're going to try to put up some points. Wisconsin.
Yeah, there you go. I'm all in on Wisconsin in this game. I think they want to show off the new offense, all the new transfers, everybody else, and I think they make a statement in this one. Brand new coach, Luke Fickell, is taking over there, and I think they want to sling it and let the rest of the world know we're throwing it this year instead of running it. D'Anthony, who do you got?
I don't care. This is bullshit. This is like A&M last year. Everyone, fucking all the transfers. Give it one game. Just put it together for one game because A&M never did. They had 6 of the top fucking offensive recruits, 6 of the top 10 on the offensive line last year, and they still fucking sucked. So show me something first.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Okay. Next game is UT Martin against Georgia. UT Martin is an FCS school.
Martin.
There is no spread on this game. Guys, I hate to tell you this, and Bulldog fans, I also hate to inform you, there won't be a lot of coverage on the Bulldogs this year because you decided to load up your entire schedule with FCS opponents. Look, it is a cakewalk into the playoffs, and congratulations. We've all on the panel here said you guys are in the playoffs. We'll find out what type of team they are when they get to the SEC championship,
Georgia,
but this is it.
Georgia's in.
They're UT Martin to start off with. All their entire schedule is like this. There's no spread. There's no nothing on this. Go to the dark web if you want to find that.
The schedule doesn't matter. Georgia's a top 4 team in the country. It's
with their quarterback, though?
No, it doesn't matter about the quarterback.
He's the ugliest kid I've ever seen in my life. I can't get behind it.
They have so many fucking 5-stars. Just like Alabama, where you're like, oh, I don't have a quarterback. Yeah, but 90% of their roster is 4 and 5 stars. Who cares? Who cares who hands the ball off?
Yeesh. I'm not going to – we won't chat about these guys for a few weeks, I have a feeling. Next up, we got Nevada versus USC. This is at USC again. USC minus 38. This seems like a lot of fucking points, Anthony.
Can't play defense.
Nope. Not for the first game of the year. I'm not making that bet.
This is actually USC's second game of the year. Yeah. We bet them last weekend, and they won, but in a teaser. I don't know if they covered straight up, but who do you got in this one?
I also want to set the record straight, right? So I said on Monday Morning Recap, Caleb Williams is going to be a bust because I think he's going to be drafted by the Cardinals.
Could be.
And that team is going to ruin anybody they draft.
Right.
If he goes anywhere other than the Cardinals, I think he'll do well. But here, he'll pad his stats. Nevada's not that good. But 38's a lot of points.
Yep.
Give me Nevada.
What was the first game? 56-28, right? So it's 28 points?
Yeah, 28 points. And this is a better team.
Yeah, San Jose State is.
No, San Jose State's a better team than Nevada.
Yes. That's what I meant.
So, but 10 points better? I don't know.
I don't either. But I stay away from this. I traditionally don't bet games in the high 30s like this.
I didn't get the sense that they were going to spend the year running the score up. Although they may want to get used to it because they can't play any fucking defense.
Yeah. I agree. So we'll see what happens in this one. I'm staying away from this one. I did not bet this in Drinkin' Bros Sports. Next up, we got Southeast Missouri State against Kansas State, another FCS school. There is no spread. There is no over in this one. After that, we got New Mexico against Texas A&M. This is Texas A&M minus 38 points. D'Anthony, who do you got?
No, man. Come on. A&M?
We'll see. I'm high on A&M this year, but I'm the only one, I think, in the entire company that is going to do it right.
They've got all the pieces.
Should be good.
They've got all the pieces. They just, show me you can win by 40 before I give you money.
It's not that. It's more, do I think Jimbo and Petrino don't clash at some point, right? If they get along swimmingly, if they're cool with each other, they're like, all right, Jimbo, He drops the ego. He lets fucking Bobby Petrino call the plays. They could be a really good team. They could win the SEC West.
Okay.
They could be that good. But I think at some point that ego's gonna pop up. Jimbo and Petrino are gonna get in some type of clash, and they're gonna butt heads. I mean, they're gonna destroy New Mexico, but
Yeah.
A&M, they have potential to win the SEC West. They're that good, but I think they're gonna be kind of a fucking mess because of the coaching situation.
Okay. Look, I think Texas A&M is good for a few sneaky wins this year, potentially Alabama at home. We'll find out how this team ends up doing. I don't bet a team with 38 points like this that's new. I think they will be a lot better than last year, but 38 points is too many for me, so I'm going to stay away from this. Next up, we got Middle Tennessee against Alabama. Shocked there is a spread on this game, but there is. It is Alabama minus 39. D'Anthony, who do you got? They still not named a starting quarterback, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's for that reason. My brain, like, I want to bet on this because Middle Tennessee's terrible, but you gotta stay on schedule to score this many points. And if you're changing quarterbacks out at halftime and shit, maybe you do, maybe you don't, you know?
Same thing with Ohio State, which is why I'm staying away from that, except in the teaser. For me personally, I'm not betting this for another reason. Nick Saban
Never covers these.
No, and he typically takes his foot off the gas at halftime against these bullshit schools.
He likes to make like bulletin board material for his teams.
Yep.
He like manufactures shit, especially against these dog shit teams. I would take Middle Tennessee to cover here just because of that reason. I think Milrow's fine. I think Buckner's going to be fine, especially with Tommy Reese as his offense coordinator. If they decide to go with Buckner, like he'll just kind of plug and play. Like Alabama when they won their national championships in the early like 2010s, no quarterback.
Right.
And I think they're getting back to that. I think like I remember. I mean, I picked Alabama to win the Natty. So you got 90% 4 and 5 stars on your roster. You hand the ball off. You got plenty of studs on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama's going to win ugly, and they're going to win the Natty this year.
Look, I think Alabama will win ugly. I think it might come back to bite them for the Texas game. But even with one loss, they would still get in, and we'll see what happens there. But I'm just personally not touching a minus 39 spread in this one. Next up, we got West Virginia at Penn State. This is minus 20.5 for Penn State. D'Anthony, this is your school. Best defense in the Big Ten, in my opinion, here. They are loaded on defense. They got a brand new quarterback this year. West Virginia, though, kind of gets grimy here.
It's not in Morgantown.
It's not. It's,
20. I'll take
Beaver Stadium.
I'll take Penn State at 20.5.
Okay.
They really want to set the tone on this year.
And I think they will.
Yeah.
They have an outstanding defense. I'm with you. The cock tease on this one is something you brought up earlier about this 20.5, because that gets you in there right at 21 and the 3 touchdown spread. I'm falling for it, Vegas. All right, I'm falling for it, my bookie. I'm doing it. I'm going to do Penn State minus 20.5. Delco, what are you doing?
Honestly, I think this is kind of a game where Franklin makes a statement. West Virginia stinks, man. This is probably last year of Neal. Neal's gone after this year. Penn State by 28 to 35 points.
Okay.
Like, West Virginia's not good, man.
Yeah.
They stink.
Yeah, I got Penn State as well. Next up, primetime game here. A little shocked by it. Can't believe it. But it's North Carolina at South Carolina. There's in a neutral sites. It's in Charlotte. It's where the Panthers play here. College game day for ESPN will be here. Again, I'm shocked by it, but congratulations.
Well, it's because of Drake May. It's because he's like a preseason Heisman top 4, right, basically. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason this is happening. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they would be here for the LSU-FSU game, I would imagine.
South Carolina's kind of been ravaged by the transfer portal. Still got Spencer Rattler there.
Yep.
However you want to take that. He's okay. He's fine. He's an Elite 11 guy. Trent Dilfer, shout out.
Why not?
Shouts to Trent.
Why not?
Why not?
He doesn't get many, so.
No, give them all you can at that point.
But North Carolina, they got issues, man. They got issues on the defensive side, especially.
Mostly
Last year,
on the
they gave
defensive
up
side.
60 points to App State.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, you're giving me South Carolina and points at home. I'll take the fucking Gamecocks all
That's,
day.
that's exactly what I did as well. I went heavy on South Carolina.
Giorgio's shaking his head.
Rattler looked good towards the end of the year.
I think South
last
Carolina
year.
might win this game, to be honest.
They are, and I'm taking South Carolina plus the 2.5 points.
I'm surprised you're not teasing it up.
I'm not. I'm not at all. Look, teasers come in handy when you have a team like Ohio State that's at 30, where I think they'll win by 24, and I can
but
knock
it's
it down to
2.5,
23.
right? So 2.5 plus the 6 makes it 8.5. Makes it a 2-possession game.
And it'll definitely go on a card, but I also have this just
math.
the way
right?
it is, yeah.
8.5 is 2 possessions.
Right, but I still have this the way it is, and I believe in South Carolina. I don't really believe in North Carolina that much. Drake May, they tried to buy him off at Ohio State. He said no. He's the quarterback in North Carolina. They just don't have a lot there. And South Carolina, towards the end of last year, was a fun fucking team to watch, and they were lighting people up, dude. I love their coach. I'm all in on this. I bet a shit ton of money in it. I bet a shit ton of money on South Carolina.
Beamer's
so
a
I'm
good
in.
coach.
He is.
He's a good coach.
And he's a motivator, man. I like him. Next up, we got South Alabama at Tulane. This is Tulane minus 6.5. Delco, this is a world that you traditionally live in, so I'm going to let you take this.
Tulane returning a lot of starters. You got Pratt, the quarterback, back. However, South Alabama is not to be fucked with. South Alabama's going to win this game outright.
Wow. So, they're getting 6.5.
They're
going to
win this game on the
Are you going to
field.
money line
No,
this?
just give me the money line.
Wow. Fuck. I don't know about either of these teams. Any of these fringe top 25 teams, we typically don't cover. So I know nothing about them. I'm staying far, far away from this. I will root for you on the sidelines and at the hotel rooms and shit, but I'm not touching this in real life. How about
If
you,
you
D'Anthony?
want, though, tease
No,
South
fuck
Alabama
no.
to 13.5.
Not one per air, no.
No.
Or 12.5, whatever. South Alabama's going to win this game. It don't matter.
It's at Tulane.
It don't
I'm
matter.
not touching it. I'm not
Fucking
touching
Tulane
this.
doesn't have a home field advantage. You kidding me?
It's
Nolans.
It's Nolans. It's Nolans. Nolans. Next up, we got Sunday games this year because the Screen Actors Guild's on strike. So are the writers. They're gonna take up every night of the goddamn
This is
week.
every fucking year. You got the fucking Chick-fil-A kickoff.
It's a lot though. There's 2 Sunday games. I mean, you got a 3:30 and a 7:30. We'll
happens
be at the
every year.
7:30.
They're both
game.
good games, too.
They're both good games. Oregon State, lot to prove this year. They're in the
Traveling.
Pac-4.
Traveling to San Jose
Traveling
State.
to San Jose State. Oregon State minus 16.5.
Yeah.
What do you think? We'll go with you, Delco. We'll start with you.
All right, so Oregon State, much different beast at home. On the road here, I do think DJ is going to be a much better quarterback at Oregon State. I think a change of scenery. He was a 5-star, don't forget. I think Clemson just kind of misused him a little bit. You can't give up on quarterbacks this early. I think he needs to just kind of I don't know. He's just going to redo and reorganize his life at Oregon State and Corvallis. 16.5, a lot of points, but Oregon State, Jonathan Smith turned that program around. They're ranked now. I think they have a lot to prove, especially since they're in the Pac-2 now. They're
the 2 schools jumped. You're right.
Them and Washington State need to make moves. They got to figure out what their future is. I think Oregon State's going to start laying it on, especially on San Jose State. Cordero's fine. I think he laid it all on the line against USC. But I don't think the Maui bump's going to happen for this game. I think Oregon State, 16.5. They win by 21.
All right, you're good to go. D'Anthony, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah. Oregon State?
Yeah, I think Oregon State's going to be good.
Okay.
And it's, San Jose State, they didn't look they had some flashes of good offense, but I think it's a bad matchup for them here.
Yeah, I watched the game. San Jose State, their quarterback threw 3 touchdowns in that, and
but
they ended up, keeping it. They scored 28 against USC.
But
Take it for what it's worth.
Oregon State actually plays defense.
Well,
You know what I
better
mean?
defense than USC, yeah.
I mean, quite a bit better than anybody's better than USC, but yeah, they play better defense.
But they are the reason I have bleached hair last year.
Sure.
Yeah, they are. So for me personally, because there is another Sunday night game that I've bet very, very heavily on, I'm avoiding this game, so I'm not going to touch it. It is. I'm not going to touch it. This is the game of the weekend. Next up is LSU against Florida State. Neutral site. Technically, it's at the Camping World Stadium, which we love. We will be at this game as well. Currently, it is LSU minus 2.5. D'Anthony, who do you got in this one?
LSU by 10. This is crazy.
I think so too.
No.
There was a bunch of FSU people in Drinkin' Bros Sports when I dropped this bet who were like, "Fuck you! You don't know what you're talking about. You guys are fucking bullshit."
Well, they haven't been good since like '97. So
I'm with you. I put $500 on LSU minus the 2.5. I'm all in on LSU.
You're about to lose $500.
Yeah.
You've got FSU in this
Florida
game.
State, baby. Jordan, Travis, whole team's loaded. Fucking Jaden Daniels not good. He's not a good quarterback. He stinks. LSU's fine. Brian Kelly's going to win a national championship within the next 5 years at LSU, but it's not going to be with Jaden Daniels. Florida State going to win this game on the field. They're going to fucking boat race LSU. They win by anywhere between 17 to 21.
Oh my God.
Florida State's going to
No,
no, it's not madness.
Madness.
Florida State is that good. Norvell's a good coach.
Did you drop acid? Did the little fucking horse give you acid? Like
I don't
what?
know. I'm not even a Florida State fan, but they're in my playoff. Florida State.
Oh, I like it better for the
Money
Braves.
line,
I'm all in
Florida
on
State
LSU.
wins.
Sorry, Charles Zeller. FSU fan. He'll be up on the show here in a second. He's going to the game with us as well. No, I'm all in on LSU. I've already put 500. I can't go back. I took the minus 2.5. To close out the weekend, there's a Monday night game because why not? Fuck it. Nothing on television. Let's go. Football every single goddamn day. This is Clemson, number 9, against Duke. This is at Duke, shockingly. I thought this would have been a Clemson home game. This is Clemson minus 13. D'Anthony, I know your brother's a huge fan of Clemson. Hits me up after every goddamn game. Who do you got here, Clemson minus 13 against Duke?
Clemson.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think they cover?
Klubnik's better than DJ Ukulele for sure.
Okay.
Right? They're
Well,
gonna,
no, Ukulele's gone this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
So he's
Klubnik
out.
is going to be starting this season.
I
He's-
love him. I love
Yeah.
Klubnik, and I believe in him.
I think this is a comeback year for Clemson.
Duke
Okay.
is supposed to be pretty good this year.
Riley Leonard, he is a quarterback prospect for the NFL. Duke's got a pretty feisty team this year. They're going to be better than you think. I think Duke covers late. Kind of a backdoor cover situation. Clemson wins by 10. Duke covers.
I've got the other way, actually. I think Duke keeps this relatively close till the fourth quarter, and I think Clemson pulls away. And with this minus 13, I think they win by 2 scores. That's the one that's cock-teasing me into this game on Monday nights. Check back on that because I usually do a Monday night teaser with the over-under, which is 55.5. So check back in with me in Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook. Well, I'll be betting that as well. I did not bet that initially, so you won't see that slip up today, but you will see it on Monday nights. In the meantime here, we got a bunch of Drinkin' Bros listeners. Yeah, go ahead. We'll bring them up on the stage here. Brittany, we'll start with you. Come on in, Brittany. Come on in. You got the UCF alumni shirt on. Did you go to school there?
Hi, yes, I graduated UCF. My dad was on the first ever football team at UCF, so I grew up a Knight. I grew up here. I'm a UCF fan, true and true.
No way.
Yeah.
What's your dad's name?
Scott Erickson, he was a defensive end for UCF in '79, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
That's dope as shit.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Yeah.
When was UCF started?
'79.
79. So
well,
first year?
no, the football team.
The
the
football
football
team.
team.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, the football
University
team.
was like 63.
Yes.
Okay,
My dad's
gotcha.
older than my school, and I'm older than our Division I football team. Because like,
Wow.
I believe the football team went D1 in like 95, 96.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, we were just kind of like, yeah,
All right.
we're super young. We're super
Yeah,
young.
you're super young. You guys are improving. Brittany, this is my first time in this campus. I got to go over to Memory Mall. We got to drive around, see all the shit. This place is fucking awesome.
It's great. Yeah.
What year did you go to school here?
Oh gosh.
Should I not ask that? Should I not ask a lady on
No.
camera?
Don't ask the age.
I won't. How was your
I
experience
started
going to school
here
here?
in 2010.
Okay.
Oh, what's up? So
yeah.
same time.
So yeah.
Sorority.
I did for a little bit, and then I dropped because
What's already?
they kind of suck a little bit. But
Okay, who was it?
I'm
Delco
not-
will tell you.
Nah.
Well, who were they? Say the name.
I was in AZD.
All my girlfriends were in AZD. Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Who?
Well, I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
We're live on air now. We can't do
No.
that.
No, my 2 long-term girlfriends in college were both AZD.
Really?
That's so funny.
Shit.
Yeah.
You guys will have to connect afterwards
Yeah.
and go through the laundry list. What's it like being back?
Well, I still live here. Well, I live in Orlando still, but it's great. I love it. I love going to the games. My dad has season tickets. He has my whole life. So we were going to games at the Citrus Bowl when UCF had that super long losing streak, and then they won. I was there. I was on the field when they tore the goalpost down. I think it was like 10. It was great. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And by the way, in case you don't know Brittany, day one homie, she was actually on the Drinkin Bros cruise with us, which was a fucking blast. Everybody asked if we were going to do it again.
I mean, I'm ready.
I would love to. It was fun as shit.
It was so much fun. Yes, and I was last on the podcast when you guys were here in Orlando.
Yes.
I married Fabio, so we got married.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I saw you guys have a new baby as well.
We have a new baby.
Congratulations
He's
to
home
both
with
you
the
guys.
baby. I'm hanging out here.
He let you go and said, hey, I'll watch the newborn. You go party at school.
He's like a
Did
year
he
and
not
a
go
half.
to school here?
He's like a year and a half. No, he did. He played rugby here. They won.
Oh, shit.
They won 2 national championships with rugby.
We have a really good rugby team.
dude.
Yep.
We have like
so,
really good teams outside of like football and basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out UCF Rugby. They
There you
won
go.
2 national championships while my husband played.
UCF Wrestling.
UCF
Club
Wrestling.
National Championship.
Yep. Yeah.
Got to get that club in there. So is Texas. Texas's club. Good for you. Giorgio coaches it.
Yeah, it's
that's
great.
awesome. Well, thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Enjoy some Hard AF seltzers. We'll all be
So
partying
good.
afterwards.
I love it. Oh,
We
there's my
appreciate
dad.
it. Oh, there's your dad. Come on
Yes,
up, Dad.
Dad,
Bring him
come
up.
on.
Come on
So,
up, Dad.
first-
she was just bragging about you. How you
First
played.
football
you played
team
here.
at UCF.
Defensive
First
end.
football year. Swap out
Dad, come
chairs.
sit.
Swap out chairs. Yeah.
Here.
Is he okay?
He has
to-
some stories.
Let's hear him. Bring him on. You can sit here, sir.
Okay, I got a cold beer, so
It's
we're all
fine.
good.
Yeah, you got the old school Miller Lite, which I appreciate it.
Highlight.
Put that mic, hold it about an inch from your
Champagne beers.
face.
All
There
right.
you go.
Good to see you.
And I'll turn yours on. Good to go on
Thank
that,
you. All
Giorgio.
right.
Perfect. Tell everybody your name.
My name is Scott Erickson.
There you go, Scott.
That's it.
She
And,
said you played on the
yep,
UCF football
yep,
team.
Don Jonas was the head coach, and I also played for Sammy Weir.
Is it weird seeing how big this has gotten since it all started?
Man, it's just crazy. I mean, when I was at school, we had, I think, 400 dorms here
Wow.
in 78. 400 dorms. And there was a male dorms. There was set for there's those brick buildings over here, and that was it. And then they had Trevor Colburn was the principal, or not the principal, was
The
the
dean,
president.
yeah.
No, he was the president for UCF. So this place is just blown up. I remember the first time I drove by and saw the student union or whatever where they had the new weight room. I was just like, unbelievable. We worked out in the dome. It was like a dome facility, and our lockers were like they were worse than my high school lockers that I had down in South Florida. It was unbelievable. But hey, we came here to play football. So
You
that's
ever
what we did.
drunkenly go on top of the math and physics building?
I'm sorry?
You ever like climb the math and physics building?
No, I never did
roof?
that.
Okay.
They swam in the reflection pond.
Yeah.
They did that deal.
Gotcha.
That's
He's
a
told me a
tradition.
few stories of throwing down with some of the fraternities here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine. We were at a couple of them earlier, dropping off some samples of Hard AF seltzer. It's a blast, but it is a massive school. I think he said upwards of
biggest school in the
70,000 students now. How many was it when you got here?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Because with
We were
400
there.
dorms, I mean,
Yeah.
it feels like, I don't know,
Yeah, I mean,
you guys were like a private girls' school at that
yeah.
point.
Everybody pretty much lived off campus. I lived in Bithlow in a trailer with about
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right next to the racetrack.
Often
So-
referred to as a community school.
So
Hang on, I'll stand up for you here. So I was recruited a ton out of high school. I took my visits. When I went to Auburn, they took me to a trailer park and said, hey, if you were married or thinking about getting married, you will live in these trailer parks with your wife or whatever. I'm like,
Right,
I'm 18
right.
years old. One, I'm not married. Two, I don't want to go to college and live in a trailer park. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's what we did. So our commute was, from Bithlow, the racetrack, to UCF. That's where we came. That's every day. And then, so, it was really too far, so I just stayed here and hung out, got the meal plan.
Sure.
And,
And how many guys lived in your trailer, Dad?
What's that?
How many guys lived in your trailer?
4. It was
4 guys in a trailer.
It was 12 by 45. Had one bathroom and had one back room, and then everybody slept on couches or a big lounge chair. Sure. But we tore out the whole one wall. You know how trailers have got like 2 separate walls. We got the biggest AC unit you could ever fit, and we stuck it in this in that opening, and we could cool meat in there, man. It was like you just crank that thing down and it would freeze you out, but it was good.
That's hilarious. Opening game here today. Obviously, everybody gambles now on the games. I don't know how much you pay attention to it, but I'm going to ask your prediction tonight. We got some other people to bring up. It is UCF minus 37 right now. Do you think they cover that against Penn State or Kent State?
Yes, I think they're going to put. I think it's going to be 48 to. I don't know if they're going to score or not, but I think
that's what he said.
I think
field goal?
I think we're going to be north of that of the line there. So yeah, I think we're going to put 48 on the board against Kent State.
All right,
there you go. That's my prediction.
I hope it happens.
48.
In the new college football rules, the clock doesn't stop anymore. So,
that's right. Yeah. It doesn't stop on a first down anymore in
right,
college
yeah,
football,
so
it should speed it up a little bit.
I think Plumlee's going to have a great game. He's going to run for a couple TDs, and our backs are going to get involved, so we're going to have a couple long runs. And
running's never been a problem for Plumlee.
No. So I think we're going to do good.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We appreciate you being here on the show.
Problem. Thank you.
And good luck to UCF tonight. Yeah, We've all gambled on him. And your daughter's an amazing person. We've known her for years here on the show. Congratulations on your new grandchild.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you're excited.
Yep.
And she's a lovely person, so you raised a great human being.
We were apparently with like 2 ships passing in the night when we were in school together.
Yeah, they both went to school at the same time.
We'll talk off. We'll talk off screen.
We'll have to talk off
screen.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
He dated a couple girls in her house, so yeah, I'm sure he's got some crazy stories.
We'll see how much you hate them too.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out, And also, I want to know how bad of a boyfriend Delco was. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Well, thank you guys.
Thanks for being here.
I'm so happy you came to UCF finally.
Well, look, it's the opener. It's Thursday night. Luckily, the other game's in Utah, and we don't go to Utah, so we're looking forward to it. Thanks, you guys.
Love it. Thanks.
All right.
Chris from Tactical, come on up. Chris, come on up. Chris, come on up on the show. There you go. Yeah, dude. Welcome, buddy. There you go. Mic's on. Good to go over there, Giorgio. Yep.
Mic test.
Put
Here we
it
go.
about an inch from your face there. Good to go. So I wanted to bring you up. Obviously, you own Tactical Brewing in Orlando, Florida. We're in Orlando, Florida. You are also one of our partners.
Yes, sir.
In Hard AF Seltzer. This is the guy who created the flavors. So if you love all the flavors here, this is the man who did it. We've got a new flavor coming out this fall for some of the sporting events. Green Apple. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to ask you, did you go to college for it? Because I know some colleges offer some brewing courses, some wine courses, some som courses. How did you get into all of it? We just picked you because you were the best brewer in the nation.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. How did you get into brewing?
Honestly, man, Doug and I, who own Tactical, partners in the Hard AF, we met at a homebrew club. We just started making stuff out of a garage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we literally just, I've made more bad beer, more bad alcohol than you could ever imagine just to actually start making good stuff. So it wasn't until after we actually opened the business that we started actually doing any schooling or anything. So I've done the schooling, I've done all that kind of stuff, actual formal training, but it wasn't until actually we opened the doors and actually started selling it. So
that's awesome, man. Look, you're one of the best in the business, and I wanted people to see who you were.
Thanks,
on
man.
Camera here.
That's very kind of you.
We're going into the game tonight. We're going to rage. Is the missus cool with it?
Yeah, I mean, but she doesn't have to know.
Does she not know?
No, she definitely doesn't. She wanted to be here, but she was working.
It would have been awesome if you were like, hey, dude, I'm working late tonight, and then she found
She
you
has
on,
no
on
idea.
the show,
Way to blow up
and
my
she's
cover,
like,
man.
Oh, that would have been the best. That would have been the best. Tell everybody where they can find Tactical and where you're located and where you guys are selling at in Florida.
Honestly, man, throughout the state, so a lot of mom and pop, bottle shop, those kind of things. Universal, Cabana Bay, that's happening. It's been pretty awesome.
We're staying there, actually.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it's wild. I never thought we'd see a draft handle in Universal Studios of stuff that we've made.
It's awesome.
It's so surreal.
Yeah.
And then just our tap room over in Baldwin Park. Awesome little spot. Come down, hang out, have some beers.
Awesome. Hey, look, support these guys. Not only is the finest seltzer on the planet, but the finest beers on the planet down there. That lager, my two favorites are the lager and the rice beer, by the way.
Oh, they do great.
Are they huge here?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It's like the lager's our number one seller.
Because whenever you ship it to my house in Texas, anybody who comes over for in the neighborhood, it's like a function or whatever, they clean it out and it's gone. So I'm gonna have to buy some and take it back with me.
We got to send you more, I guess.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
But also, we will be there pre-gaming for the LSU-FSU game at 4 o'clock on Sunday. So come down to Tactical Brewing in Orlando, Florida. We will see you there. Pop up on the program, young man. There you go.
Come
Thanks
on
for being here,
down.
buddy. We appreciate it.
Dude, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Come on in, sir. Come on in.
Hello. Welcome back to Orlando.
Now, this is a wild one. Because you came up to me before the show started, and you go, hey, do you remember me? And I remember faces, but we meet thousands of people obviously all the time, and I'm like, shit.
8 years.
I don't know your name, and I apologize.
8 years of podcasting, thousands and thousands of people. You don't remember me? I'm so ashamed.
I've done over 3,200 shows of podcasts,
yeah.
along with the live shows and everything else. So, like, you meet a lot of people, and I apologize.
No.
But you were the one who hit me up. Your buddy was struggling with cancer, and then we came to the hospital and actually met up with him.
Yes, sir. Moose.
Yeah,
Love you,
Moose.
brother. Moose.
And
Yes.
Moose put about an inch from your face. There you go. That's
sorry.
all right.
Like sucking a dick.
Moose ended up passing away, unfortunately.
Yes.
But what a great person, and I'm glad we got to spend the day with him in the hospital there.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I owe you guys an unpayable debt for that. You have no idea how much that meant to him, to all of us, and miss him. Sorry.
No, don't worry.
So, I love him. He loves you guys. I got you guys some gifts.
Did you really?
Yeah. These
didn't have to do that.
I got you some shirts.
Thank you.
So these are the Moose shirts that we had made for him. Say fuck cancer, and I think that one might be mine. That one might be the medium.
That's
but I
fine.
got you guys yours. But
There you go. You got the Moose logo on the front.
yeah, fuck cancer, all that bullshit.
And then we got Fuck Cancer on the back.
And then I had some custom ones made, some custom Orlando shirts.
Oh, some Orlando shirts.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
what do we
Orlando,
got?
You know, Orlando's known for Disney,
Yes.
the mouse, and East Orlando specifically, we're known for our meth.
They
our
are.
meth labs over in good old Bithlow.
Did you bring any? You got any meth on
I didn't
here?
bring any meth,
Got-
but I brought you a little meth out Mickey.
Methed out Mickey. Look at that. Methed out Mickey t-shirts. Amazing,
Yes.
dude. Welcome to
cranky.
Florida. You can only
Exactly.
get shit like this in Florida.
Always.
We
So I
greatly
got one for you and
appreciate
Dan.
it.
I got shirts for both you and Dan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Delco and Giorgio. I didn't get a chance. My sister made
It's
these.
fine. He's a tiny man.
I know,
bet
right?
she fits in that
I didn't-
small, dude.
I didn't know what your shirt sizes were. I thought I told my sister extra large, but I might have said double XL. So, but
I'm
I
an
mean,
XL.
Okay.
You know,
I mean,
the Pythons are a double X.
I know, right?
There's nothing I can do about that. but, you know,
it's more of a sentimental
That's a
thing.
double X,
Yeah.
but
if you don't, if you
yeah.
don't wear them, I won't be heartbroken.
No,
But-
we will. We will. We'll wear it. Look, anybody who brings us T-shirts, we wear them. But I wanted to have you up and say thank you for having us that day at the hospital.
Oh, yeah. No,
I know
no
it was a
problem, man.
super surreal like circumstance, but we
Yeah.
were grateful to meet Moose,
Yeah.
and we were grateful to spend some time with him in his final days. So thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
we
it
really
was-
appreciate it.
I trust me. Like I said, it's an unpayable debt. I owe you guys everything. Anytime you're in town, whatever you need, I can get. I don't have a lot of hookups. I'm just Joe Schmo, but whatever hookups I can get you guys, I'll get you guys.
Look, all we ask for
mean-
is you come and hang with us, man, and drink some Hard AF seltzers, and we're all good.
Shit, I was
That's
flexing.
it.
I was flexing at the Total Wine yesterday when I was picking up my seltzers.
Ah.
Yeah, the cashier was like, "Oh, I haven't tried these. Are they any good?" And I was like, "The best ones on the market, man."
Yeah.
I was like, "You got to try them." And I was like, "I'm a little biased though." And he's like, "Oh, why?" I was like, "I know the owners." And he's like, "Oh, that's fucking cool." I was like, "Yeah, I'm tailgating them with them tomorrow and stuff." He's like, "Oh, that's cool." So I'll have to try them. I was like, "Yeah, tell all your friends, man. Spend all your money on Hard AF fucking seltzers."
We appreciate it. And that's all we ask for. If you can go out and
Yes.
tell people to buy Hard AF Seltzer, we're all good. Listen to the show. We appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
No problem,
We're going to
man.
bring up one more person who helped us out on this trip. Charles Zeller, come on in. Come on in, Charles Zeller.
Thank you, sir.
There we go. Chucky Zeller. I always call everybody Charles Chucky. You know that.
Yes.
You listen to Ross Passion Revolution as well as Drinkin Bros. Call everybody Chucky. It's just what I do. Do you actually go by Chucky?
Not at all.
Okay. You will now. So this son of a bitch, I checked into his hotel that he runs. Are we allowed to say it?
It's fine.
Say it. Tell everybody the hotel that you...
It's Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort.
There you go. So I get into my room, and there is a picture of Dax Shepard buck naked with his dick out on my bed. waiting for me as we flew through a hurricane across country to be here. And I see that. I called you, and I said, you win. I'm going to bed. Fuck you, you win. It was awesome.
I actually thought there was something wrong because I was at Halloween Horror Nights. I didn't answer your call. Then I get the text, can you talk? And I'm like, oh, shit, what's going on?
I laughed my ass off. I think you put it in Giorgio's room, Delco's room. Everybody got some type of a Dax Shepard picture.
Shepard
picture. It was absolutely fucking hilarious. Every time we come to town, you hook us up with sweet hotels. You got Hard AF Seltzer inside the hotel. We're unbelievably grateful for you. We've shouted you out on the show a few times. Wanted everybody to see your face. Thank you for the hospitality every time we come to Orlando, Florida.
Anytime. That's what we're here for.
Cheers, man. We appreciate it. And because you hooked us up with dope rates, we got tickets to tonight's game from DrinkerBrosTickets.com as well as tickets to your alum, FSU LSU.
Thank you,
so
sir.
Since that is the biggest game of the season, we will close out the show with that. Who do you got in the FSU LSU game? It is LSU -2.5.
It's going to be FSU by 7.
Oh, okay. All right. We got a homer pick. He's an alumni. FSU by 7. Okay. We'll find out. What happens, Charles. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate everybody tuning in. This is the point in the show we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. And I'm going to bring you up to give it away. Come on in, sir. Come on in. Give away Drinkin' Bro of the Week here. Boom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Tell everybody your name.
Stephen Holmes.
Stephen Holmes.
Yeah.
What's up, Holmes?
Like Sherlock. I have to tell the fucktards out there that can't hear.
That's fine.
Yeah, Holmes like Sherlock.
Put it about an inch from your face.
Oh,
there, you're
yeah,
good to go. Mr. Holmes, you get to give out the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
I'm gonna go with my I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, but I'm gonna go with the brother that's right underneath.
Okay.
My age. My younger brothers are very actually I'll give it to both of them because I look up to both of them. They both do things that are very selfless, and I feel like I can learn from them. We live in the world where everyone's just super selfish.
Yeah.
And seeing them being younger than myself, I truly appreciate how giving they are. No matter what circumstance you're in, no matter who you are, they're willing to put themselves out there and support you, whether it's financially, sexually.
Sure. Why not?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
You got to do what you got to do.
Why not?
And spiritually, you got to throw that in there.
Yeah,
but
through Christ, anything is possible.
Yeah,
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
If you believe in that shit, whatever.
Well, look, to each his own. Whatever gets you through the days. I don't care. I don't care who anybody believes in.
Who gives a fuck?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I want to give it to them. They're a couple dildos, but they're a really good time. But yeah, they give a shit. So that's cool.
Awesome. Well, hey, dude, thanks for coming out. I know you're in school here at UCF. You lucky motherfucker, dude. God, are you single?
If you want to call that. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the problem is I'm 30 years old and
That's not
walking
a problem,
around this
man.
fucking.
That's a solution. That's a solution.
Check the ID and just call it a fucking day.
You won it life. You're all good.
Fat dubs.
Thanks for being here. One more. You come on in.
Let's go.
One more, and then we're getting out of here. One more. There you go. Put about an inch from your face.
Nice to meet you, Ross.
Good.
Ross Patterson,
You as
ladies and
well.
gentlemen.
Thank you. I'm going to put on the chain at the end of the show here.
Yeah, of course, the Mr. T. Looking great.
Put on the UCF chain at the end of the show. Tell everybody your name.
My name is Joel Cantu.
There you go.
Yeah, buddy.
You can too.
I sure can.
You sure can.
That's the first time I heard that, by the way.
You're welcome. That's off the cuff. I'm giving it to you. Trademark it.
Yep.
Take it to the patent office. Who do you want to give out Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
Got to give it to the missus, my
Okay.
wife, my ride or die. We have 4 daughters together.
Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's her birthday coming up too next week, so it's going to be a great time for
That's
us.
awesome.
Dope.
That's awesome. Congratulations,
Thank you.
man. Congratulations on the 4 kids. You braved it out through the rain with us. Luckily, it has cleared up today. We were all huddled underneath a tent earlier here. Bunch of people out drinking Hard AF seltzers.
Absolute blast.
And it's always awesome, man. We're always grateful for your support. In every city we go to, you guys show out, dude, and you're here to support us, bringing food and gifts and shirts and seltzer and everything else. So thank you for coming out today.
Thank
we appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for doing this. It's amazing, and it's awesome that you guys got this focal point for us to come to. So that's awesome. Thank
Always
you.
a blast, man. Thank you. How long have you been listening to the show?
Day one. I'm day one homie. So Jared Taylor, Rocco, Matt Best. We're
There you
talking
go.
about pegging explained. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. So, hey, since we're ending it, can you throw us out? Can you give out the final goodbye then?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for Ross Patterson, Delco Dan, Daniel Holloway, I'm Joel Cantu. This is Drinkin' Bros Sports. We'll see you later.
Good night, everyone. Great job. There we go.